suffering over all of Egypt. Read the rest of the story. It's well worth it. One day, this compassion that he learned in Egypt would influence his heart as a bunch of guys came from a far country as a result of a famine that had struck the whole land. They were coming to Egypt, the center of the then-known universe, the largest empire, seeking mercy and food. They were sent by their father, Jacob, and Joseph, who could have killed them when he recognized them, has compassion on his brothers and feeds them, especially when they do not deserve it. But he learned that compassion because he was thrown in prison. He was thrown in prison because he was betrayed. None of that would have happened if any other part of the story was taken out. You see, storms have a way of teaching us what nothing else can. Nothing. Joseph never realized the implications of his gifts and his privileged status when he was at home with Papa. But in prison, while he was suffering, he started to have eyes of compassion. How compassionate are your actions when you're in the midst of a storm? Martin Luther put it this way. He said, sin is like with a big eye, that's me. But he said it's like you start to navel gaze. Try it. Try looking at your navel. For some of us, we just turn it up. Try looking at your navel. Go ahead. I'm not kidding. Go do it. Do you see anything I'm doing up here? No. When you're preoccupied with you and yourself, or your pain, or your anger, or whatever it is, it's very hard, almost impossible, to have any concern for your neighbor. That is not the way God created us to be. God created us to be concerned about others because he is concerned about us. And we're asked to follow and go where he goes and to be like him. Stop gazing at our neighbors, especially when we're in pain or hurt. Begin to open up to others. Focus on someone else. And then when we do, we start to feel liberation from our preoccupation with ourselves. When we focus on others, we start to mirror another starry-eyed dreamer whose life was a complete failure, who wore a cloak too, but his was purple. His life was a disappointment until on the third day after he was crucified, he rose again. And bad news lost for good. The good news for us is that since that day, whatever bad news enters your life, whatever storm you may encounter, none of them have the power to separate you from God. Because just like Joseph, God is with you. It may not feel it right now, but God is with you. And so are your brothers and sisters in Christ. Not because of what you